Well, it looks like Outriders won't have everything. One of those being a communication system. This video will cover why this decision was made and if it's going to be a problem. If you enjoy this video, a like would be super appreciated. And let me know in the comments how you feel about no chat features in Outriders. Now, let's get into it. This question was brought up in the Outriders subreddit and was asked by Gabriel77 Galliano, who said that comms is a basic necessity, especially if the game supports crossplay. This feature slipped my mind, honestly, so I'm glad it was brought up. The community manager of the subreddit responded and gave a really great detailed answer. I've been speaking very highly of their transparency lately in my last couple of videos, and the devs still haven't let me down in this regard. Here is the first portion of their response. We will not have in-game comms at launch, and I can't promise that it would be added down the line, but I can say that we are listening to feedback, weighing up the most requested features post-launch, and seeing what might be feasible. Adding new features at any point of a game's development is tricky, and feature creep is a risk to be avoided, especially for a new IP, and will always introduce bugs that need to be resolved while maintaining a high standard of quality. We are currently at a place in development where we are focusing entirely on balancing and bug resolving. To add features at this point would mean risking a delay to the entire product. By the way, feature creep is excessive ongoing expansion or addition of new features in a product. So if you didn't know, now you know. This is what we would usually expect to hear from devs, a basic answer. That, oh, we can't add it because we're busy. But the dev team of Outriders, they really like to explain more, which is exactly what happened here. I won't read it word for word, but the dev goes on to explain that the voice chat was discussed before crossplay was an idea. And the key factor for them not including any text or voice chat was that the first party chat features such as Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Discord, etc. are already well done. And they didn't feel the need to implement their own was actually necessary. And instead they used those resources on game mechanics. I totally see where they are coming from here, and I fully agree. There really isn't any point in having their own in-game chat when there are better options out there. But moving on, after they decided to go full crossplay, it took so much work for them to implement it since it's still new technology that adding a communication system on top of that would result in many problems and complexities. Now, on top of that, they also believe that any in-game communication system would require anti-toxicity tools. And then they would need to hire more staff to oversee these reports. And for a not live service game, those costs had to be heavily considered. There are many options of communicating outside of in-game chat now. The only real issue is when playing crossplay. Now, I don't have much experience with crossplay chat, but I feel like many people still don't use it. And if it is used, it's mostly for toxicity. But correct me if I'm wrong. If players are playing with friends, I would assume most of them are on the same platform anyway, unless there's like one friend who didn't play on the same one. But in that case, just use your cell phone. Players will be able to turn off crossplay as well and be matched with people of the same platform. So if you are going to play with randoms, you can at least make them on the same platform, and then you can use the first party communication system there. Choosing to use their resources on game mechanics over an in-game chat is a fantastic choice. The game over chat is way more important. A better game overall is going to go further than a game with some wonky mechanics but has an in-game chat. I only see a small percentage of players being annoyed by this, with the majority not really being bothered. Like I said, I never even thought about having an in-game chat in this game. I believe there is a ping feature as well, and that's all you really need, at least I think. The dev did mention there will be an LFG text and voice channels on their official Discord server as well, so that's always an option too if you really need it. I appreciate the transparency of the devs as always. They're doing a great job explaining their decisions and why they're doing what they do. Again, something I hope that spreads to the industry. Adding more features now to the game, especially a whole communication feature, is way too much. The final polish and bug fixes are going on to make a 100% finished game. Maybe in the future they'll add it, but I'd much rather have more content to enjoy than chat to talk to randoms. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the omission of a chat feature, and sub to the channel for your RPG news. Stick around for some more videos coming up, and until next time, peace.